Alright, welcome back, y'all. So last time on the 2016 Ultra Classic, we got the cat removed, got all that cut out, welded back up, put a little paint on it, keep the rust away. Before we go ahead and put the exhaust and all the torque pack and everything back on it, we'll go ahead and get the rear wheel swapped out. We had already done the front wheel. We've got the one that's already pre-polished and everything. We're gonna throw that on the back. We're gonna try to get knocked out right now, and then we'll start piecing everything back together. All right, I'm gonna start by popping this little C-clip out. Kind of put your hand over it because it may go flinging. That dude out of there. Go ahead and mark where the cam plates are. All right, C-clip off, 36mm socket. But, of course, this one has a relocation bracket for the shocks. We'll have to go ahead and pull that off, kick that out of the way, that way I can get the socket on there, because right now it's a little too thick. That'd be enough to move it. Could get bracket a little bit out of the way. More grab on that. Nut. Cam plate. And we'll start popping her through the other side. Also, just another small note, kind of thing I try to do for myself is make sure I put everything in order so I know what order everything goes back on. Laid off in the floor. Went to hitting on the other side and nothing was budging, so come over here and looked, and of course the lowering bracket is sitting over top of the cam plate. So we'll go ahead and take this side loose too. So obviously with the other shock loose, you can go ahead and drop down the rear wheel. Now let's pull the axle out. Should have a spacer right there. Go ahead and lower the jack all the way down. So you have a spacer right here, and I want to say there's another one. Yep. Okay, so note on the left side of the bike, you're gonna have a spacer here that's gonna end up coming out of it. And then on the right side, you'll have this thing fall out. It sits between your brake caliper and your actual bearing, wheel bearing. So same as the front, just flush up against there, and that's what reads the magnet rotating around. That's what controls applying brake for you. All right, so the note too, go ahead and remove the 2 bolts in the caliper, because that bracket attached to the caliper will not allow all that to come out. So go ahead and take those out, pull the caliper off of it, and the bracket will fall out, then you'll be free. Well, already ran into a problem. So 2016 wheel, found out that one is from a 23. It seems like the belt pulley as well as the cush is different. So you can see how I've got to kind of wiggle and everything to get those off. Set that off to the side. Get your cush drive rubbers out of there, slide them in over there, and they just fall right the crap in. And that's where my issue lies. It just falls down on there. So it's not being held any kind of tension right now. You can take the wheel and the belt pulley, and you can see how maybe microscopically these she'll shift side to side. Come to find out, from everything I can find on the internet so far, is that the hubs are different. So you need a different pulley and cush, which is confusing because when you look everything up, it says 09 to 23. But then I finally found one thing that was explaining that they kind of changed the hub size and everything component wise matched it. So if you're trying to take something from a 16 to a 23, it's not going to match up because it wasn't noticeably different, but dimensionally it is slightly off. So trying to locate a pulley and a cush drive. Really don't want to buy brand new ones, but that's the deal right now. So that'll probably be it for tonight. We're gonna see if we can locate those parts and or maybe check locally. Of course, I'm in Murfreesboro, so we got Bumpus not too far down the road, so I may stop and just see what they say. But we got a few people who know my motorcycle stuff and have extra parts and they're pull-offs. So one way or another, we'll figure it out, get it right, because we need to get a wheel back up under this thing. Get it taken out. There you got it. That's the hub and the cush we was waiting on. Let's get that put in the wheel and get that put on. Go ahead and put the exhaust and everything else back on this bike. All right, so remember before, this is the off of a 2023. The cush plus your new belt drive hub was not fitting together correctly. The other one would just slide down on it. Right there, we've already got catch, so we're having to push. Now she's on there. To get her back off, all that much tighter of a fit we can go ahead and get this ring cleaned up. Way she'll match the rim. And then we'll skip showing, taking the whole wheel and everything off for. That was in a previous video, so let's go shine her up. All right, polished up, put back on. Let's get it on the bike. T45. Just rub her off. So I heard a guy say it one time, and that's what I try to keep up with, is the red Loctite, or the rules for using Loctite. It was use blue for stuff you don't need to come off, and put red for stuff that'll kill you if it comes off. So rotor, very important, need your stopping power, so we're gonna throw a little dot of red on there, but I'm gonna polish these real quick too. I'll be right back. All right, so after digging half my life away, we'll go 22 Newton meters. I think I'm already getting. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Do it that much. Whatever y'all think that number is, that's what it is. Alright. How's that on? Clean this off a good bit. Wipe that off. Don't make it weird. The Permatex anti-seize. Not only does it stink, it turns you into the Silver Surfer. That spread all around. Nice thin coat, that way whenever you touch it, you become stained for the rest of the day. Right, feel good about it, y'all excited? I'm excited. Stay. All right, it's gonna make me touch it. Yeah. Stay there. Go wrap back over it. Spacer. Between your swing arm and your belt drive. Do start up in there. Get your axle coming out the other side. Lower this out a little bit. And you gotta get it pulled back out just a little bit. Slide that back behind your caliper. It's a real joy to get in there. Your caliper bracket. Right. Right. Cam washer. Nut. And we'd already pre-marked it, so we'll go back to our marks. That's going to be, what I'm saying for the torque specs is 95 to 105 foot-pounds of torque, which is, I'm going to go ahead and go 100 foot-pounds. Should be 135.6 newton meters, so we'll call it 134. Like I said, I may not have all the tools, but we have tools. So, no special tool. Do a pipe wrench on this side. Just to hold this still, make sure that our marks stay lined up with the top of that ear right there. And that right there looks pretty good to me. So, rear's torque, let's get the shocks put back on. And we'll start piecing back together the bags now, right? Oh, exhaust in the bags. little bit, then a little bit more. Oh, we got 8 millimeter. Get our crossover pipe put back on. Put the axle nut in and everything, and I was trying to put the exhaust slip on this side, and I noticed I kept lining up with the axle nut, and I would have bumped into it as the suspension went up and down. So I knew something was a little bit messed up, and I noticed that the lowering brackets, instead of being running parallel here, I had them flipped up. What it was is whenever you take that bolt out, I had already loosened these and I forgot about it. Loosen these up. It had been just enough to allow that bracket to walk around. I'll show you in a second. Okay, so now with that loosened up, you can see that you can kind of kink everything up. There is a stop back here on the back side, so you want to push that all the way down. And then tighten it up. If you get that tight, you can tighten the shock back up. Now that's where the wheel goes. Finish putting this side on. Somebody on this bike even took the time to take a piece of metal and weld the nuts to it, so this will be easier. But I'm having a hard time with that. gotta be an easier way. You gotta, somewhere in the world, easier way to get this stupid thing bolted back up. Yeah. Now with that, we're looking at half inch, should be half inch. Put the other side on it, we can actually match up. Throw a little more anti-seize on this side. So I was talking about somebody took a flat plate, welded the nuts to it, because otherwise, you know, usually I'll put a screwdriver up in there and pry one of these nuts up towards the top. You can get the bolt started on it. Instead, you've got one plate to work with, so it's a better idea. It's just how these things are made. You're gonna have to finagle with it. Well, that's a word somewhere. Everything off. Some nasty hands. Of course, I hate that I didn't get a video before we took all that out, but first start up. All right, still working with some good weather. We got the Ultra Classic back together. Let's go ride a little bit.